This is it, guys. The moment we've all been waiting for. The episodes that tell the story of Ahsoka during Revenge of the Sith. What's up, YouTubers of the world? MegaGeekMixer here to give you guys my review on episode 9 of Star Wars The Clone Wars. And just to let you guys know, I have been watching it ever since the first premiere. But let's be honest, I think the main reason we were all waiting for during the final season is the episode that would start to show us Ahsoka's story during Revenge of the Sith. Because I don't think any of us can deny, for some of us who may have read the book or have seen other YouTubers talk about what happened to her during Revenge of the Sith and Order 66, I don't think any of us can deny we wanted to see that on the screen. Bear in mind, I think we all would have loved to have seen it on the big screen, but the little screen works too, as long as we can see it all done right there in detail more in front of our faces and stuff. And yes, was I happy for it? I was excited. And must I say, part one did not disappoint. It started off strong and I loved almost every moment of it. Who am I kidding? I did love every moment of it because the action, the characters and their interaction, but most of all, seeing all this and seeing what's about to happen, since all of us have seen Revenge of the Sith, just makes it all the more intense, heartbreaking, and all sorts of other emotions that just go through your head. But now that I've pretty much said that piece there, why don't I just go ahead and break down this episode? And by starting first off by talking about Anakin and Obi-Wan, which they were kind enough to do. But before that, the entrance they showed here, first off, they made a new entrance where instead of it being the usual yellow and black, they now made it red and black. I think they were doing that just to connect it with the Revenge of the Sith title. But then again, the Revenge of the Sith title was the same normal yellow and black too. But I think you guys are trying to understand what I'm saying here. But that aside, also how it opened up showing Khorasan being under attack by General Grievous, and then how that attack kept being mentioned as Anakin and Obi-Wan were talking to Ahsoka, and what they were going to be doing and stuff was definitely something to see. But now that I put that out of the way, let me go back to what I was going to say about Obi-Wan and Anakin Skywalker. Now, at the opening of the episode, they show those two and their usual battles in the Clone Wars and stuff, showing how sometimes Obi-Wan's doing this thing here and he's in a pickle and Anakin's there to save the day. Now, what I loved about this scene here is that it's reminding me about all the times in Star Wars The Clone Wars we finally got to see more in depth the friendship between Obi-Wan and Anakin. Because let's face it, during the film series, we didn't really get to see too much of their relationship from master to apprentice to becoming brothers and stuff. And that's one of the things that people loved about Star Wars The Clone Wars. It helped us get a more in-depth look at it. And it also makes us now see how heartbreaking it was to see such a deep brotherly bond of friendship get broken up like that. And it truly is, because you look at this one and you see that how Anakin, now first off, he's the offensive while Obi-Wan's the defensive. And let's face it, both times, sometimes one rules over the other. Obi-Wan's plan rules over Anakin's rules over Obi-Wan, etc., etc. But here it shows that while Anakin's plan worked in getting the offensive going and things in their favor, Obi-Wan doesn't shy away from the fact that he can't argue with results, and it's shown those two with their friendship again. It's so heartbreaking to know how this is going to end for them. The worst part is they don't know. That aside, though, what I will say is when it came to Anakin and Obi-Wan getting called back to their ship, where they finally meet Ahsoka again for who knows how long, Anakin's expression was priceless, but even more so was his words. He didn't know what to say, and the fact that the words he was trying to say and everything makes it double the price. Yes, I am so glad we got to see that. It was just so funny and so, or better yet, funny is just, let's just leave it at funny. I could say a lot of words, but we'll just leave it at that. Either way, double priceless is all I can say to that. But even still, though, what we found out was that Ahsoka and Bo-Katan were making contact because Bo-Katan needs an army to make a big enough siege so that way she can get Mandalore back. While in doing so, why she's asking the Republic for help is because, as we know, common enemy Darth Maul, but also they all get something out of it. Bo-Katan gets Mandalore back, and they get Maul because they've been trying to chase after that guy for some time now. And yeah, Obi-Wan, even he admits that he would love nothing more than to get Maul, but he's one to never let emotions cloud his judgment. And he decided that he would talk to the council about it, but Tang wasn't happy about that. And she even mentioned out about her sister, Duchess Satine, who, as everybody, if none of y'all do know though, is Obi-Wan's love interest who was murdered by Maul. And yeah, I will admit, Bo-Katan, that was harsh, girl. I understand you want revenge and everything. Unfortunately, though, Obi-Wan's not like that. Kind of this is also why there's always that issue with the Mandalorians and Jedi. Their way of the warrior is just all different and conflicting and stuff. Oh, it's just gonna hurt your brain. But all that aside, though, see, Anakin and Ahsoka's reunion was definitely a proud moment to see. But I think an even better thing for Ahsoka was that her returning, the respect she had gotten from all the people in their squadron when she was still part of the Jedi Order, even though she's not a part of it now, they still salute her, showing the great respect they show these clone troopers have for Ahsoka. And it is such a beautiful thing, but I think it even gotten better when we actually saw they face painted their helmets in respect and welcoming back Ahsoka. Man, that was truly beautiful. I was just like, Ahsoka, I am jealous of you, girl. The great respect you got from these guys is just unbelievable. And man, I will just say to know that the fact that Rex doesn't betray her, boy, I am very happy for that. As for all the other clones, though, oh boy, she's gonna. All I can say is for Ahsoka and Rex, when they finally see what's happening when Order 66 happens, I can only just imagine what their expression is. I mean, I'm pretty sure me, like all of you, won't be far off on what their expressions will be, but when we finally see it, is what's going to be the real tearjerker in all this. But even still, though, now that I think about it, I hope we at least see how Rex got removed that control chip because he did say he removed it. And I don't know if he's removed it yet or not. All I just know is I hope we see it here. I think that we did see it. I need to actually go recheck the episodes that came before this one. But that all aside, though, when Axe before heading over to Mandalore and stuff, it turns out Anakin and Obi-Wan, this is where they had to now go to the Battle of Khorasan because of Grievous attacking and kidnapping the Chancellor. This is actually where it gave us more insight on Ahsoka. And so we all know why she let the Jedi Council turn their backs on her and stuff, which made her lose faith, but it also gave us more detail on more of what she lost faith in the Jedi. And that was in the fact that they were always keepers of the peace and the people, not all about politics, which it all became about now. And the scary thing about that is Ahsoka doesn't know how right she is, because it's that reason there is why the Jedi Order and the Republic fell in the first place. Oh man, if she could only know, as well as Obi-Wan know and Anakin know how this all happened, man. But even still, I loved seeing it. But I think the best thing came about all this for Ahsoka, who was by far the breakout star in this episode, was not only just getting her lightsabers back. If you guys notice, the lightsabers look different. If I'm remembering correctly, her lightsabers were all the same size, but you can tell one hilt is bigger and taller than the other one. One's more of a short one, kind of like the one Yoda would have. Now, not to say I don't like it. I think it's awesome. and the new kyber crystals that Anakin gave her blue because, well, he's got blue. Why shouldn't his apprentice have one? But that all aside, the real breakout moment was the action in all of this, and especially Ahsoka. Even though she's not necessarily a Jedi, in that entire scene of her flying down to dive down into landing on Mandalore, she showed that she is no longer a Padawan. She fought like a Jedi Knight, and man, did she fight unbelievably well. The way she took on a small squadron of those Mandalorians was definitely something to behold. Unfortunately, though, what they didn't know is this was all part of Maul's plan, because if I didn't mention it before, I'm pretty sure I did. They were trying to capture Maul. This is why this whole thing was going on. But Maul wanted this. He wanted the Jedi to come to Mandalore. The only thing that he didn't expect was that it was someone else. He wanted Obi-Wan for reasons we all know why. Revenge for him losing back in Phantom Menace and everything. But nope, he gets Ahsoka instead. And well, that's where unfortunately it ended. And I'm gonna admit that I wish it didn't end it. This first episode, part one of this 4-part episode, was so great that I'm actually going to say that we should have had the second episode, if not all 3 episodes. Yeah, I'm actually saying that. But I'm also glad that at the same time, they're actually keeping us in suspense and making us be like, Friday can't get here quick enough so we can see the next episode. Because seriously, I already wanted to see the next episode. It was that good. But either way, it's okay. I still loved it, and I can't wait to see the duel between Maul and Ahsoka. Even those two don't necessarily have much history or interaction, it's still going to be something cool to see. But then the real stuff's going to come when Order 66 happens, and we see how Rex saves Ahsoka, and her and Rex escape Order 66. Because, boy, all those moments we saw there, especially the one I almost forgot to mention, was that final meeting between Ahsoka and Anakin, who both show their respects as master and apprentice, but show that they are still friends at heart. And what the sad thing for Ahsoka and Anakin is this is the last time they're ever gonna meet as what they are now to what they become and meet again in Star Wars Rebels. Oh boy. But that'll be all for today, guys, and I've just had pretty much all I wanted to say. I could say more, but I'm going to just leave it at that. And hey, enjoy my videos. All you got to do is click that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified when I make more videos. And until then, MegaGeekMixer signing out. Bye!